Ain't that some bullshit? I have so many mixed emotions right now. Honestly, as a big Rusev fan, one of the few out there, I'm honestly really excited that Rusev is a United States champion. We complain so many times about guys not getting pushes in WWE, and here's the guy who goes out and beats Sheamus. I feel bad for Sheamus at the same time, but then again, Sheamus is a guy that very rarely loses, and when he does, it's a big deal. I know that, there's been stories out there of basically a lot of people saying that Sheamus is like the second face of the WWE. He's like, what CM Punk was when he was in the company, and people thought that basically Sheamus was a guy for a long time that was going to replace John Cena as the guy. They made him world heavyweight champion, and he beat a whole bunch of guys. And even though, we haven't seen him really fall off the face of the earth, he's sort of not what he once was. I remember a lot of people really hoping that Sheamus would turn heel again, maybe joining the Evolution stable after Batista went off to go promote his movie, even though we thought he was going to be gone for a month, maybe two at the most, and he's still gone. But even though I'm excited for Rusev at being champion, as an American, I'm pissed. I just never have they really been able to tear up my heartstrings with something like this, of just something as simple as the United States Championship being put in the hands of a foreigner. I've been chewing on these Halloween pumpkins. I know it's after Halloween, but the candy's not gone, so I gotta eat it. I don't even know where the kid stash is. Normally I would have already started munching on that and eating it all night long, but I don't even know where Mom hid that. She hid it good. She hid it from me, but man, this is something so easy. In my mind, it goes back to Muhammad Hassan, as a guy who came in. I really honestly thought that they should have had him beat John Cena on Monday Night Raw, becoming WWE champion. Instead, John Cena beat him, ending the losing streak. Cena at the time, he had beat a lot of guys, and they were helping trying to make him be the top guy, but at the same time, a lot of people were already turning on him. And I know Muhammad Hassan, he would, lose. I don't even remember how we got moved from Raw to SmackDown, but then of course, the bad thing happened with the terrorist attack, and SmackDown still aired with their sort of version of a terrorist attack, which was filmed before it happened, even though it had happened, and they'd still not edited this off of the show. UPN stepped in. I think it was UPN at the time, and just said, this guy's never going to be on our network ever again. If not, you guys will be gone. And so Vince had to, I don't know why they didn't put him back on USA, if USA was saying the same thing. Basically, he just found his release. I thought he would have found his way in wrestling some way, either back to WWE. I know he left. I don't know if it was just people saying it, that he was going to go try to be an actor, maybe jump on board with 24. I never heard of him. I never saw him again. I would think that, with so many wrestling shows that are out there, conventions and things like that, you would see him pop up, but I've never seen his name. If he looked anything remarkable, what he did back in whatever that was, 2004, 2005, 2006, I'd honestly get a picture with the guy. I honestly really like the guy. I'd love to hear something. Never hear interviews with him, never hear nothing. I don't know why our video, maybe his career was too short. Sit down, do a little shoot interview with the guy, but honestly, he's got to be doing something, and doing something right, because we've never heard his name pop up with anything. But Sheamus losing twice on Monday Night Raw, once by count out, once by passing out, and it's not really a tap out. Michael Cole, they set the tone for this being a real big deal right off the bat. You got to feel bad for the people in Buffalo. They didn't make a lot of noise for this match. Hopefully, I'll ask Ravi. I texted him, but he's on his drive from Buffalo back to where he lives near Toronto, and I asked him if he had fun. He hasn't got back to me. But you got to think, man, with your dark match, superstars, whatever else garbage they do before Monday Night Raw, these guys have been sitting in those seats for 4 hours, and now they're getting this one more match, and it's only one more match, only 10 more minutes. But still, I mean, we had just seen Randy Orton get carted out. Michael Cole was setting the tone, saying that basically Sheamus, I apologize, that Rusev was dealing a lot of disrespect to Randy Orton as he was getting carted out from ringside. Basically, Rusev was coming down. They were still trying to pay a lot of attention to Randy Orton as they were leaving, since he's sort of the main event thing right now, basically saying that JBL was saying that was the one that's the one hope the Authority has, and he's leaving on a stretcher right there. And then they're bringing up the point that, you know, basically Stephanie McMahon had offered a spot on the Authority to Alexander Rusev, and Lana had basically brushed him off, not saying yes, not saying no, but saying that they're gonna have to think about it. They had bigger fish to fry, and that was going after the United States Championship. They build the thing as a huge deal. Lillian Garcia is treating this like it's the main event of the Survivor Series, basically with the big introduction, showing off the championship, putting the logo up on the screen, and everybody knows this is going to be good. This is going to be awesome. And I think it was. This was honestly a good pay-per-view quality match, as you know, Mark Henry versus Big Show was, as Vince McMahon coming out on the show tonight. Rollins versus Orton was a great match. Lots of filler on this show, but, you know, lots of other things. You know, Sheamus had to wrestle the one match against Tyson Kidd, almost like WrestleMania 10. If he has a match, you have to have a match so you guys can both be weaker. Rusev had an easy match against Zack Ryder. Basically, they set it up saying that Zack Ryder was on Twitter trying to get a spot at the Authority, or I'm sorry, trying to get a spot on John Cena to go up, Team Cena to go up against the Authority at Survivor Series. We haven't seen the guy on TV in forever, but somehow he thinks he's going to be added to the pay-per-view. I got no idea. But you got to give it up to the guy for trying. Woo, woo, woo. You know it, bro. And can't go wrong with that, but it just threw me completely off of what I was trying to get down. The match was good. I mean, Rusev controlled a good part of it. You know, they got Sheamus fired back to make you think that he really got into it. When Sheamus was going to go hit the big boot on Rusev, and he missed. I was really thinking that was going to be the spot where basically they fell to the outside and some sort of count out happened, or maybe Rusev was going to hit him with some sort of a chair. I was like, he had the good advantage for a good long time. Sheamus had the good advantage for a little time. And then the title, the tide started to turn, and no one was really getting a clear-cut advantage. So I was really thinking maybe we weren't going to get a victor here. And then all in the middle of nowhere, Rusev and get Sheamus down to the point where you think you're going to put him in the accolade, and you're like, oh shit, this is going to be over, and it's going to be in a hurry. Sheamus is there, able to power out of the finisher, basically saying that he was the strong guy that was in there. From there, he hit the white noise for the 1 and the 2, and Rusev was able to kick out, making it look like it was done with ease, and you're like, wow. Neither one of these guys is going down easy. After the white noise, basically, Rusev was able to knock Sheamus down. He was able to lock in the accolade again for this time, and much like, the WrestleMania finish of Stone Cold Steve Austin, the referee kept on asking Sheamus if he was going to tap, and after a final good amount of time, Rusev just was able to make Sheamus just pass out from the pain. Just, Sheamus turned the lights out, and he just laid there in a puddle of his own sweat in defeat, as Rusev was granted the United States Championship, and the flag came down, and leaving everybody with a bad taste in their mouth. I give it up to Sheamus. I applaud him. As American, I boo him. But I'm really looking forward to see what goes down for this guy. I know a lot of people are thinking he's just being fed through the mid-card, and maybe he's getting this a little too fast. And at the end of the day, John Cena's just going to face this guy at WrestleMania, and it's going to be over 1, 2, 3, and then Rusev's going to have nothing to do. He's just going to become the new sort of just Jobber of the Stars, Bo Dallas style, with nowhere really to go. But I got my hopes up for Rusev. I'm really looking forward to getting him down there. He's always reminded me of a guy from the 80s, and I like his style of matches. They're slow, yes, but this is what I grew up on, and he's doing something that nobody else is out there is doing. So many guys out there are wrestling the same style of match week in, week out, and we don't really see anything else. So, I am taking him in as my guy. He can join the Stevie Breach stable, and we'll see where we go from here. I'm thinking we're going to get Sheamus versus Rusev 1-on-1, but it would be a big deal if this was added to the Authority versus Team Cena Survivor Series style match, and I don't know what that does for the mid-card there, but it seems like everybody who mattered was offered a spot or up for consideration for a spot. So maybe there just won't be a mid-card. Maybe we'll just have a 90-man World War III Battle Royal, and that'll be the mid-card, and it goes right into the main event. Only 2 matches. This will be probably released out on DVD, but for that, everybody's going to be joining the network and watching it basically for free. So, it's free. You don't really have to go out of your way to give him a whole lot. So, peace out. Hope everybody enjoyed Monday Night Raw. We'll be back with some more videos tomorrow, so I'll see you down the road.